You are about to witness history in the making.
Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 31 of the Pop Culture Gamers podcast. Today is the 9th of December, so we're getting very near that time of the year when it's Christmas time. I'm, as always, here with Steve. Say hello, Steve.
Hello, Steve.
I knew he would do that. He does that every time. My name's Haydn, and we're here for just another normal sort of episode. We're at the penultimate episode before Christmas.
When's it ever normal? Come on.
Yeah, that's very true. So before we go into everything, I just want to do a couple of real basic sort of admin things first off. Apologies there wasn't a show last week. It was just the normal sort of life getting in the way kind of situations, as we always do get occasionally. My son was ill. I couldn't really just leave him, so hence we had to cancel at quite short notice. We do have everybody's questions from last time, so we'll carry those forward to this week's episode, so don't worry about that. And also, we are coming up to the final episode of the year, which will be our Christmas episode, which I think we were recording on the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right, Steve?
I will have to double check. I will double check with that. Yeah. Yeah,
check with her indoors. Make sure that she knows that you're recording the show.
Yeah, I know, because we've got family starting to come down over Christmas, you see, so I've got to work that one out. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Just tell them they can come after you've recorded the show. It's dead easy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you try and tell that to the missus.
Yeah, try telling anything to anybody's missus, and you get the same reaction, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so. With it being the end of the year of the show, or end of year show, we're going to do things slightly differently. It'll be a bit of an off-kilter kind of episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our end of year voting awards, basically. So we're going to go through lots of categories like best PS4 game, best Xbox game, best enhanced games, best multiplayer games, best movie released in the year, best TV show released in the year, best whatever. So there's a whole list of questions, and we've posted the link on both our social media streams. So if you have a look at HERJUK and at Steve07 on Twitter, but also in our Facebook group, you'll be able to find the link in order to be able to go to the votes. We're a bit low on votes at the moment, but bearing in mind it was only sort of like released, late yesterday. So hopefully we'll get a good number of votes in there, and some of the results are already looking quite interesting, but I'm not going to let Steve know what they are.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it quiet from him. So that's it. Also, if you wanted to have send us a Christmas message that we'll include in the show, so you can either write it and we'll send it in, or if you want to email us a short MP3 file, with whatever it is your message is, then we'll incorporate those into the show as we go along as well. Okay, so that's the admin out of the way. So Steve, what's been happening in your world? Because again, we've not been talking much.
No, we haven't. We've been completely ignorant to each other, haven't we? So, yeah, a couple of weeks ago, probably was something like that. Went to see Human League and Midge in concert at the Bic in Bournemouth.
I bet that was fantastic.
It was really, really well done. The live singing from both parties was awesome. As far as Midge was concerned, he did a selection of his stuff from Ultravox and some of the stuff he did when he was doing his solo career, including a couple of tracks that some people may not realise that he wrote or helped produce, i.e. one of them was Visage Fade to Grey. And do you remember Top of the Pops back in the day?
Oh, I used to watch Top of the Pops all the time.
Do you remember the intro when they used to have the flying vinyl, and then you had that song played?
Yes. Yeah.
And that became a single by Phil Lynott, but it was actually produced by Midge, and he wrote it as well. So we actually kicked off with that, and that was really quite. It was sort of apt for it because we were always watching two bands from the 80s. They had that theme from Top of the Pops, which he then went into If I Was, which is the first track after that he played. It was just brilliant. And from the Human League's point of view, they did I think it was last night, it was tonight, I think. And they were awesome. I mean, he's kicking in his 60s. And he was singing live brilliantly. The girls were there doing their thing as they normally do. Some great guitarists and drummers as well as the synths that they were using. Yeah, just fantastic. So glad I went. So yes, that was pretty good. So something else. So if you remember a week or two ago, I was talking to you about an NDA I was on.
Yes, you were all top secret about it. And you wouldn't even tell me what it was about.
I think I did. I mention it? I can't remember.
No, anyway, you didn't.
So what this was to do with an immersive experience that's happening in London next year. And it's actually to do with Jeff Wayne's musical version of War of the Worlds. Now, I emailed, after seeing it come out, I emailed the people dealing with this experience, and they put me on the press list. Mm-hmm. So, first of all, it'd be nice to get all the information filtered through on how this is going to work. The show, the experience will be out, so I think it said May 2019.
Yeah.
And I think it's a sort of VR/augmented experience. And you will be actually in Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds.
It sounds cool.
Yeah, so I don't know how it's going to work, but as I say, we'll probably know more later on. I did email the guy, and he was very helpful talking to him. Whether or not we can get tickets, I don't know, but even if not, I will probably like to go up to London to see it.
Yeah.
I think they're even already ready to be, you can buy them now if you want, but should be a problem to wait anyway, because it's only just been told. I mean, out there on the internet anyway, so it'd be pretty cool. Sticking with this, I went back to Audible the other week. It's been 2 weeks, isn't it? And I went on a $3.99 a month deal for 3 months.
Oh, I started off with that one.
Yeah, so this one, I started off for this month, for December. The only reason I did it was because I saw an email from War of the Worlds about the musical drama version on Audible. So what they've done is they've done a like a radio version. It's like a play basically, but on Audible. Mm-hmm. And you've got all the music integrated from Jeff Wayne with the story from War of the Worlds from H.G. Wells. You've got Michael Sheen in it, who's in Passengers. I didn't realise you got it in your notes later about that, but he was the robot in the bar.
Oh, right, because when he said, I was thinking of Martin Sheen, and I was thinking he's not in Passengers.
Michael Sheen, yeah.
Yeah, so, Michael Sheen, yeah. Different person entirely.
Yeah, entirely. So, and then you got Taron Egerton that played Eggsy in Kingdom.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he's a good actor, is Eggsy.
Yeah.
He also played Eddie the Eagle.
He did, didn't he? I've not seen that yet, you know.
Do you know what? That's well worth a watch. I told you that when I reviewed it before.
Yeah,
you need to watch it.
When I see that floating around, whether it's on Sky or not, we'll see. I'll have a look at it.
Yeah, get it recorded.
Yeah, so I finished the book, or should I say the audio book. It was about 5 hours long, and well worth a listen. Really enjoyed it, as I'm a big fan of the album anyway. And
I might consider that later on, because I've actually, done a 3-month postponement of my Audible thing, because what I found was my Audible collection was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I wasn't getting through it. So I might just stop it in its entirety for a while, to be honest.
I did that because I've got a few books. I've got a couple of Star Trek ones and bits and pieces that I've got. So
you can still access your things once you've bought them, can't you? It's just that you can't buy any more.
Yeah, no,
unless you pay full price.
I've got the app on my phone, and I can download or play or re-download or whatever I want with what I bought, because you own it.
Yeah,
as simple as that. So it all works well. And this really kicks off nicely, because I'm going to be seeing War of the Worlds, the 40th anniversary, on Wednesday night as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's going to be awesome. I've been trying to see if I can get an autograph from Jeff Wayne, but I'm running out of avenues to do this. I've sent a few emails, press-wise, and to other people within to do with the show. So it may not happen now, but it's a shame. But there you go, kind of everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless I'm going to stand outside the stage door in the cold,
And I bet you would do that as well.
Do you know what? I'm so tempted. I don't know whether I'm going to have to find out where the stage door is for the Bic.
Yeah.
And maybe just go around and knock on there and say, here, I don't have to go in there. Say, look, here's a Sharpie. Here it is. Can you sign it, please? Last thing, and this is a bit thanks to Glyn, who gave me a heads up on this the other day when we were chatting on the way home from work. And I've set up a media server on this PC. And this is with the company called Plex. It's a free to download software and easy to set up. All you do is find where you're going to point the server to on your PC for the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, I've done I did a couple of, first of all, just to get it set up. So I've got a couple of movies in what I've now called my Plex folder. Put some movies in there, installed the software, set that up, went onto the TV. Like you do with YouTube, I went onto the Plex, downloaded the Plex app, gives a code, went back to the PC, put the code in, and now they're talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've got, at the moment, about 80 movies I've put on there today, which I can access from the TV, and they look excellent as well. Really good. Yeah, it's basically like a Netflix experience.
Mm-hmm.
So each movie I've got on there, once I've edited the file to shorten them a bit, just what I'm going to call them, up comes an image from the internet which is attached to it. You can go into it. It will show who stars in it. It gives you a synopsis of the story. It's brilliant.
So are you using the free version or are you using the bought one?
No, the free version.
Right. So does that have any limitations?
No. The only limitation there is if you want to use your phone.
Yeah.
And I downloaded the app to the phone to try it out. And also I was using it basically to look at, every time I was syncing more films, I was seeing them pop up on the screen.
Right.
But there's a few different options to having that, the phone bit, which is chargeable as far as they're concerned.
And does it work with your Ultraviolet collection?
It's supposed to work with iTunes and everything.
Right. Well, iTunes, it downloads a file that's a Navi file and is sort of recognised, whereas when you look at Ultraviolet, they don't download as a Navi file. So it's not a Navi file on
an AVI,
on
as you
iTunes,
say. Yeah.
AVI, yeah.
Yeah, because some of if I go to my folder, let's close that. Let's minimise that for a minute. So yeah, if I go to the main one, where is it? Bear with me. So I go to my Plex movies, and I've got a selection. Some are sort of AVI, some are MPEG-4.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all different, and they're all there. I mean, how many is on there now? Blimey, if I just do a search, it's be interesting to see. I've got 111 movies there.
Wow.
This is a 2 terabyte hard drive that I've got for this.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a load more which I'm going to move into, and I've got some more on another hard drive as well. Some of them are stuff that I've bought and different codes and bits and pieces, but they all work. So just a great idea, I think. Just a way of, because we just leave our digital stuff and forget about it.
Yeah, quite a bit.
And it's easy to do that.
Mm. By the way, it's M4V that Apple do. It's not AVI.
Yeah, that's it.
Or AVI, whichever you want to call it.
Yeah. So that's roughly been my couple of weeks in a brief way. Other than that, gaming, unfortunately, guys, has just been Destiny. I don't want to play anything else. It's just the way it is. So you can all skip that bit if you need to.
I have tried. I've tried getting him playing Strange Brigade and all sorts, and he won't.
Oh, I've downloaded it though. I think. Did I download it? I'm sure now.
Well, at least that's an advancement.
Oh, well, have a look. Cause I did. I used the app they've got for it.
Yeah, the new Gamepass app.
Yeah, so I use that just to do that. So I think
there's been a heck of a lot of games in Game Pass as well.
Well,
this month.
I don't know when you have. I mean, I haven't got it written down. I forgot to mention it to you, but we had the Game Awards, didn't we, this week?
Yeah.
Did you have you got anything like that up?
No, I haven't. To be quite honest, I haven't had a chance to watch them or anything.
No, I didn't. I've been it happened sort of middle of the night for us, and I was on an extra early day the other day. I was up at 5 o'clock and out the door at 5:30. So, but yeah, you got Mortal Kombat X on there as well now.
Yeah,
there's quite a recent added. So yeah, so you got You've got Strange Brigade, The Garden Between, Agents of Mayhem, MXGP3, Sniper Elite 4. I'm just scrolling across. Loads. But that's enough of me rambling. What about yourself, pal? How are you?
Not too bad. I mean, obviously, had my son, he was off sick all last week because he had really bad sort of tonsillitis, and I can't remember what it's called, but when one swells more than the other, it's slightly a bit more serious, but, he could hardly swallow or anything like that. He was in a right state. Ended up having to go to the out-of-hours GP and all that sort of stuff anyway.
Not good.
No, not good at all, but we got him sorted in the end. That's the main thing, So, other than that, I had a new purchase, which is a widescreen monitor for my PC.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, it's not, a 1440 res. It's still just HD in terms of 1080. But it's also 2560 wide.
Okay.
So, you've got an extra 25% on screen, basically, to the monitor output. And a lot of games support this mode. Funnily enough, Bethesda games don't. Well, who'd have thought that Bethesda didn't do something that everybody else would have done? But yeah, I've been, having a crack at playing some games on that. So, for example, Forza Horizon 4 on the PC, been doing that one. Hitman, Just Cause 3, Destiny 2. I had to have a go at Destiny 2. I don't know whether or not you noticed when I sent you the picture of my new sort of layout of the setup that it was the tower on that.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Not that you're going to be playing it on, as you said earlier before we started the show. You ain't into Destiny at the minute, are you? So
no, not very much. But I just thought I'd wind you up a little bit by showing you widescreen version.
I've got another fire team. It's all right. I'm kicking on. I'm getting through the stuff. Anyway, enough about me rambling about Destiny. Go on. I'll do that later.
So I mean, as you know, one of the other things as well is my Elite controller. The inner rubber pad started to die. So I thought so I started having a look to see about solutions to this, and I have found a solution. Because obviously,
is it called glue?
No, it's not called glue. Because when you're using the controller, and it does happen, what's happening is it also warps the rubber, so it won't stick back in its original position, because I've tried all of the glue in Carry On, and it doesn't work. You end up with a little lip, when you press it down, or you end up with a crease or something like that, because what's happening is the heat from your body and the sweat from your body, sweat's dissolving the glue, and the heat from your hands is warping the rubber as it's coming off. So it won't stick back the way it should. There is a solution, and it's one that you'd be able to do quite easily, given your, skills for your job.
Oh, yeah.
And that is, you can actually buy a replacement back part, and you get them from Amazon.
Oh, okay.
They are a bit like rocking horse poo, to be quite honest, to get hold of. I actually ordered one from Amazon, from an Amazon, company selling through Amazon.
What would you say when you search for it? What's the search parameters for that?
What was it? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the exact name, because what I'll do is I'll very, very quickly. This makes for great radio, in the fact that I'm now looking at going into my Amazon account, and it is my Junta replacement housing shell, back shell, bottom shell, case cover, repair part for Xbox One Elite controller.
Yeah, you want to send it over on my phone as a link, I think. I'm not going to be able to spell that right out right now. I put my Junta in, and I'm coming up with jumpers.
No,
Excuse me.
MEI Junta, all one word.
Okay.
But yeah, so this thing's arrived, and it is exactly what it says on the tin. It's the back shell, together with the little stops and everything. And there's a couple of videos online about how to actually disassemble your Elite, take all the bits out, put them all back in this new case, and away you go. So, I mean, it's not going to be for, like the faint-hearted. So if you're in any way or shape or form bothered about anything like that, then don't try it, because it's going to be, well out of your comfort range. But, if you're not too bothered about that, and I've taken controllers to bits before now, so I thought, well, I'm happy, I'm happy to do it. It's outside of its warranty anyway, so why not? Basically, and you can also get new shells.
It looks like the skeleton, doesn't it? Of it.
It is. It's the back plane, and this all comes in. You even get like this little bag to put it in as well. So they've only got one left in stock in Amazon though, so better get on it fast.
Oh, I've lost the link. Oh, where's it gone? No, there it is.
But yeah, I mean, when I ordered one from Amazon, they cancelled it. It got returned to sender before it had even arrived to me. They hadn't even tried bothered to deliver it or not. I think it must have got broken in transit or something. But I just got this thing of, you've got a reimbursement. I thought, no, I want it, so I went back on and reordered it. Why they just didn't send me another one out, I don't know, but there you go.
Funny you should say that. I actually cancelled something on Amazon the other day.
All right. And what was that?
That PlayStation 1.
Oh, you're not getting it?
No, I'm not.
Why?
I had a sneaky feeling I was up for a fall on that one. And I think I'm lucky. I think I am as well. I think from what I'm hearing, it's...
Yeah, to me, it just...
It's a shame, because there is a lot that, it could be put to better use, but... Definitely.
But,
yeah, I'm just having a look at this one you was on about.
Yeah? And what do you think?
It's now giving me... Oh, there you go. $33.99, is that it?
Yeah. Very difficult to get hold of. There's more in America, but by the time you've ended up paying the import, for them to send it over, it would end up being cheaper.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because there's some interesting other bits you can get as well, too, like new fronts and stuff like that. That's
exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking where to do it. I
do like the red one. Red Shadow Soft Touch.
Yeah.
There's one there which looks like weed.
Yes, that one looks a little bit dodgy, doesn't it? But
just a tad.
Yeah, and you can also get the side grips and stuff like that as well. And you can get new rings.
Yeah.
I quite like, there's a extreme custom chameleon design front shell that's sort of like a metallic bluey purple, which looks quite nice. You can get different coloured buttons for them and all that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, well worth having a look, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, does that include, so that shell, I'm just going to add that one now, just see. Well, that's from Japan by the looks of that. Am I wrong?
It's serviced by Amazon.
No, I'm just looking at another one here. What does it say here? Oh, I don't know, it's in Japanese, but I'm looking at a extreme rate, custom design, unique chameleon shell.
Yeah.
Sort of changes colour as you move it, like you get on the old cars.
Yes.
I'll add that to my wish list.
Yeah, there's some really nice stuff that you can actually get, but I do quite like that Red Shadow Soft Touch replacement one. It does look nice. I think one of our listeners, Terry, I think he's got one of those. I'm sure I saw him with something like that when he showed a picture of his controller on Facebook. But anyway. Moving on. So other than that, just been doing the normal wrapping Christmas presents, and we went and bought a tree for outside today and put up lights outside, which I've always avoided doing up until now, but kind of was manoeuvred into doing it, shall we say.
Oh, yeah. Indoors, eh?
Aye, a lot to be said for indoors.
Nice one.
Anyway, so anything else?
Actually, I used Amazon to get some Christmas presents.
All right.
And I was being a bit lazy. On one of them, I got it pre-wrapped as a gift. But it's
that is the ultimate laziness.
And it says there for a couple of quid or whatever it was, you can have it. It can be gift wrapped, ready.
Yeah.
So I've got something that I bought the missus, and it's come in like a little pouch with some, a nice knot with the stuff off of that, and it's also you type in what message you want on the card,
right?
And it comes attached already as well.
Yeah.
Blinding. That's it. That one's wrapped already.
That is really lazy, mate. But
that was because the idea of it's just a small little thing, so you did that. But I've got some books for her and stuff, so I'll have to wrap them by. You'd probably leave them in the Amazon cardboard, to be honest. It might even be that, I don't know, but just wrap it up.
Yeah.
And then Mrs. said, "What do you want for Christmas?" So I said, what are we going to do about? We weren't going to spend a lot this year, and to be honest, there's most things I've got, I've probably already have or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And you're probably much the same.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
I went on to Amazon. I thought, "Oh, that's a good idea." I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'll wait till I get it and I'll show you a picture of it. But yeah, I've asked her to order something for me for Christmas, so that's pretty cool. But we'll see. Wait till Santa comes.
Yes. Well, I will look forward to finding out what that's going to be.
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. I quite like it. I had so many choices as well, but I went for this one in the end. But we'll get some more. But yeah, that's something else I won't talk about another time.
I'll tell you one thing though, because I also have the white Elite controller.
That's right, you do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually better. I like it better because it's like a hard cover for it. It's like this. It's that soft touch one on a normal black Elite. It's not on the other one. It's more like your normal controllers, but feels a bit better quality plastic, bit thicker.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And it's really nice controller.
Ah, cool.
So, anyway, let's move on to gaming this week.
No longer a dream, but a reality.
Okay, so gaming this week. Steve, do you have any news? Because I don't at the moment.
As I say, the only news I knew about was that we had the Game Awards, which, off the top of my head, the PlayStation game God of War won it.
Not surprised. Top game.
Yeah. I think Red Dead came second, but don't quote me on that, and we could spend another hour talking about all of that. But it was nice. I did like the picture on Twitter of the guy, one guy from Xbox, obviously Phil Spencer, you had the guy from Nintendo, guy from PlayStation, all together on stage, arm in arm.
That would be interesting to see. Sort of like 4 smiles.
Yeah, I think they did a couple of announcements. They've announced a new Mortal Kombat game.
Oh God, no, not another one.
They've been forever, isn't it? So, I thought there was going to be sort of more announcements than what there were, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But because I was, as I say, I didn't get to see everything properly. I just tried to scan Twitter a bit and just to see what was available and what was there. So God of War won Game of the Year.
Yes, it did.
Best multiplayer game was Fortnite. Which you could probably understand due to how much money it's made.
It was up against Destiny. And No Man's Sky, actually. That's an interesting...
Yeah. Independent game was Celeste. That won that. Best fighting game was Dragon Ball Z, Fighter Z, sorry. Best
game direction was God of War.
Yeah, sports racing game was Forza Horizon 4. Ongoing game, Fortnite. I don't know if you can call that. Best role-playing game was Monster Hunter.
Best narrative was Red Dead.
Yeah. Family game, Overcooked 2. Never played that. So, yeah, quite a few bits and pieces there. So, but it's an unofficial award ceremony, really, isn't it? Because Jeff Keighley set this one up. It's been going for a few years now. So it is what it is. And
Red Dead got best score.
Yeah. Not that I've heard it all yet, because I've not finished the game.
And it also got best audio design as well.
Yeah. Which console is that for everything?
That's just overall.
Yeah.
And Roger Clark, who played Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption, got best performance.
Yeah, I can see that. So, yeah, all good.
Yeah, I think Celeste won a few of them, actually, 3 or 4 different awards over that time as well. Like I said, we haven't really gone into it in any great way, shape or form. But that game that you like, Astrobot Rescue Mission, got the best VR.
Yeah, and do you know what? I probably agree with that.
I want to play Beat Saber.
Yes, I do too. I might have to get that before Christmas. That might be a game to play with the family.
I'm ordering it for Christmas. Definitely going to be what I'm going to be ordering, because I can just imagine us playing that over Christmas.
Yeah.
Best RPG was Monster Hunter World. Now that's a game I've got to go back to.
You've already touched that, have you?
No, I played a few hours, probably about 8 hours of it, something like that. But
yeah,
it is one that I do want to, to play. One for the best strategy games, one I've not even heard of, which is Into the Breach. I'd have thought it would have been Frostpunk, but there you go. Yeah. Forza Horizon 4, best sport.
Of course, as I say, it just,
Yeah.
So there was, I think, I'd have to Google it, but I think Obsidian have announced some sort of new sci-fi RPG.
Yes.
And everyone was expecting maybe a Fallout New Vegas of some kind. So, well, there's a new Alien game in the mix as well, called Blackout, which is rumoured.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, so plenty to digest over that.
Yeah, certainly is. It's quite amazing that Overwatch beat Dota for best esports. So, anyway, let's move on. Should we do the charts?
Yep.
Okay, so I've left both weeks in. Shall I do the first week and you do the second week, which is where the red line is?
Is this the new releases?
This is the new releases, yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead with the biggest list while I have a drink, and I'll do the short list afterwards.
Okay, so this is a big inhale of breath. So these are the ones that are from the 3rd to the 7th of this month, so the week that's just gone, and then Steve's going to read out the ones for this week.
I'm just going to Google one of those. I just saw the list. I'm just Googling one of them and see what it's about. So
we got Paper Dolls on PSVR, PlayStation Classics released, Arcus Path VR on PSVR, Oculus and Gear VR, Gear Club Unlimited 2 on the Switch, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, which is the physical release of the game on disc, is on the PS4 and Xbox One, Just Cause 4 on PS4, Xbox One and PC, Override Mech War Brawl is on PS4, Xbox and PC, Persona 3 Dancing in the Moonlight, PS4 and PSVR, Persona 5 Dancing in the Starlight, PS4 and PSVR, Persona 3 and 5 Endless Night Connection, PS4 and PSVR, the Council Complete Edition on PS4, Xbox One and PC, Jagged Alliance Rage, PS4, Xbox One and PC, Sega Mega Drive Classics on the Switch, Tourist Bus Simulator on the PC, wow, that one sounds good fun, Gungrave VR, PSVR, Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek, PS4, Xbox One and Switch, Platoons Party, PS4, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds on the PS4, Subnautica on the PS4 and Xbox One, Super Smash Bros. Unlimited on the Switch, Super Smash Bros. Edition GameCube controller on the Switch, Unravel, Yarn Bundle, PS4 and Xbox One, and Yokai Watch 3 on the 3DS. And I can breathe again.
Take a deep breath.
Go on, you do next. This week's coming.
Yep, sorry, I was so unprofessional then because I was reading about that Persona 5. Okay.
Well, actually, it's actually for the rest of the year, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, probably is. So
it is, because it goes up to the 21st. So
okay, so we got Gris, which is digital only on the PC and the Switch. That's the 13th for the 12th. The 22nd, we have Deathmark, PS4 and the Vita. On the 14th of the month, we've got My Little Riding Champion on the Switch. Also on the 14th, we've got V-Rally 4. On the 20th, we've got Anime Gate of Memories of Arcane Edition on the Switch. We've got Sony on the Switch from the same day. And on the 21st, Fitness Boxing on the Switch.
What on earth is Sony on the Switch?
Do you think it's Sony having a dig at the Switch?
Well, no, this is I don't know what on earth this is, to be quite honest. But anyway, so let's go to the gaming charts. So at number 5, staying at number 5, we have Forza Horizon 4. At number 4, staying at 4, we have Battlefield 5. At number 3, down from 2, is Call of Duty Black Ops. At number 2, up from number 3, is Red Dead Redemption. And at number 1 is FIFA 19. I would not have thought that would have happened, to be honest.
Crazy.
I really wouldn't. That is absolutely mad. But it is that stupid time of the year when everybody goes and buys FIFA 19 instead of thinking, hang on a minute, I'm an Xbox owner, I'm on, access. If I wait a couple of months, I can have exactly the same game for free. Never get it, but there you go. Anyway, move on. Do you want to do Xbox Games with Gold?
Yeah, I've not even looked into this yet because I didn't see this happening. So, available from December the 1st to the 31st.
It's Cube, not you. But
I was just about to say, you're editing it as I'm trying to speak it. That's very well done, boy. Thank you very much. So,
yeah.
Cube 2, on the 16th of December to January the 15th, we've got Never Alone. 360, 1st to the 15th, we've got Dragon Age 2. And from the 16th to the 31st, we have Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction.
So, some... actually, I played Cube 2 this week, and it's sort of like... It's a bit Portal-ish.
Okay.
So it's not too bad. It's kind of like a cross between Portal and a Turing test. Is the best way I would describe it.
Yeah.
So PlayStation Plus this month we have Onrush and Soma on the PS4. We have Steriden on the PS3 and Steins Gate on the PS Vita. We have Iconoclast and Papers, Please.
Yep, I don't know those.
Well, I know Onrush and I know Soma.
Yeah.
But I don't know the other ones. In terms of Twitch, if you were subscribed, then you will get Hacknet Complete Edition, Poi Smoke and Sacrifice, and SNK bundle with Baseball Stars, Fatal Fury Special, Metal Slug 2 Pulsar, and a Samurai Showdown. So some nice new extra stuff for Twitch users as well.
Yeah,
so Steve, tell us your Destiny news.
Okay, so about a week and a half ago, we had the update ready for the DLC. We
did.
So the week before, they gave us some extra weapons that we can chase, which are called the Pinnacle weapons. You have 3 of them. One's from the Vanguard, one's for Gambit, and then the last one is for the Crucible. Now, in that week before the Black Armory dropped, I completed the Gambit Breakneck Precision Auto Rifle. And the Breakneck's unique perk is Onslaught. This weapon rate of fire increases as you stack Rampage. And oh boy, does it work. You can have it standing still as anything you want, and you can just fire this to your heart's content.
Right.
And to earn it, what you have to do, so you pick up the quest from the Drifter, and then you complete the following objectives. You've got 500 auto rifle kills, 100 auto rifle multi-kills, 150 challenging enemies defeated, and the grind of this, which didn't take me long, because I say I did this within a week, was 40 Gambit matches completed. Do that, turn it into the Drifter, and the weapon is yours.
So, does the kills and the multi-kills, do they stack together?
Well, I tell you what, I completed the auto kills, the multi-kills, and the challenging enemy defeated before I completed the Gambit matches completed.
Yeah.
So I think I must have had about 15 matches left easily, with it all ticked the boxes on that.
Right.
So it was a doddle, really, to be honest. But it's a really good weapon. I've got that now sitting at 612 at the moment. That's set out for me. So I've been getting that one. The one in the Crucible is a lightweight grenade launcher.
Mm-hmm.
And the Mountaintop's unique perk is the micro missile. This weapon fires a straight line and has a massive increased projectile speed. In addition to above benefits, the projectile will instantly detonate on the environment instead of bouncing like a traditional grenade launcher would, unless you have sticky grenades selected. So you can imagine what that last bit can be like.
Yeah, that'll make it a bit mayhem.
Yeah, and there you've got 1, 2, 3. You've got 3 steps to do with the same sort of idea.
Right. Okay.
And then the other one, which might be easier to get, which I'm starting now with from the Vanguard, is a loaded question, high impact fusion rifle and arc. And to get that, you say pick it up from Zavala. And to complete the following objectives, you've got 500 fusion rifle kills in any strike or nightfall, 1,000 arc kills in any strike or nightfall, and 40 strike or nightfall completions.
That's going to take you a while.
But if you're not into night, so I did the nightfall this week, funnily enough, with a couple of guys. First time in an age I've done that. But to be honest, you can do the strikes easy.
Mm. And
as you're doing them, as you progress with that, because obviously all the strikes have their own milestones as well, so you'll be earning extra gear to up your level in your character.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing with strikes is you know, if you're in a competent team, you can get them done in 10 to 15 minutes each, can't you?
Well, yeah, and also all you need to do is you can actually just race to the end, can't you, to a certain degree?
Yeah.
Except when you go into that one where you've got the spinning mining area, and you're trying to get through that bit sometimes. So yeah, that was really cool. So the week after that, we have the Black Armory update, or shall I say the Black Armory first of all, because there's been an update. So Bungie released this, and they gave us a little roadmap for it.
Mm-hmm.
So the 4th of December is the Flounder Forge, which I'm attempting at the moment. December the 7th, we're going to have the Go Fanon Forge. December the 7th again, which says already happened, the new raid has started. And December the 11th, which is free to all players, is the Dawning. Then December the 18th, you've got the Izami Forge. January the 8th, you've got Niobe Labs, whatever they are. Then January the 29th, we've got the Aesthetic Quest for the Draw. And then the last part of this will be February the 5th, which will be Crimson Days.
Right.
So that's basically Black Armory.
So is there any story?
There's a little bit of story to do with her, but it's not like story and cutscenes. It's more extra stuff to play in the game as end game stuff. But they have upped the level from 600 to 650. And each time we get the new bit of DLC, they'll be adding it up to another 50 each time.
Yeah.
So come with the second part of the DLC, which would be, I think, to do with the Drifter. I think it's with the Joker, I think it's called off the top of my head. That means we'll be up to 700 for that. Now, the only big problem we've had, and now it's been a bit of a to and a fraying with Black Armory, because some people feel a little bit shortchanged on it, and some people don't. It just depends on your personal point of view. But when you start the Black Armory, there's a new area, as you know, which is opened up in the tower, and you start off the quest for your first forged weapon. And that takes you to a place on EDZ where you're going to end up forging a weapon, but you've got to do 2 rounds of enemies, which you've got to collect the orbs off of them, hit the forge, and you've got to get 20 of those in the first round. You do that in the second round, and then you have a large enemy to big boss to kill to get the forge completed. And what's been happening is a lot of people, including myself, are finding it tough at 600. Finding it a bit tough at 600.
Yeah.
And then Bungie released an update, and they were saying that within previous conversations about the Season of the Forge, we've discussed the new development for goals with the annual pass. We've set to deliver an extension to the Destiny endgame. We want to create a series of inspirational challenges to keep your hobby fresh. And what was happening is that the power level was a bit too high. So they said they've downed it to about 600, but it's still tough, and I still haven't completed it. I had to go today with a couple of friends, and we were getting close, but we're not close enough.
Mm.
So it's all right. I mean, it's end game. End game is to be top of your game with the power you're going to be to do it.
Mm.
But I will be going back on tonight to have another crack at that whip. So yeah, but I'm really enjoying it. And at the moment, I don't want to play another game. It's sad to say it. I've really got that bug back from Destiny 1.
Yeah.
I know you haven't, but
no, I wish I had, but it's just not inspired me quite the same this time.
Well, I think I like the way this works, because normally what we've done in the past, we'd have a new story with a nice little bit of cutscenes and everything. We'd hammer that out in a couple of days, get to the light level, what you need to get to, and then we're stuck again. But with the way this is going to work, you're going to get new weapons through the weeks. We've got the exotic quest for the draw, which is an old hand cannon of old, which is coming back. And yeah, I quite like that. I like the idea of it, and it works well, but it's just tweaking how you can do those forges. You know, I came away from the forge. I went back to the other part of the Forsaken to just up my level. Did some blinding of the well in there, and I've got quite a few nice drops where they're at 612, 6.6, 6.8, and I'm sitting at 6, 7, or 8 at the moment for my character. So
yeah, you see,
good.
when I went on, it's supposed to give you accelerated ones when you're below
550, wasn't it?
550, yeah. Mine was dropping at 500.
Now it depends if that was just one of the standard purple ones, or it's going to be one of the ones that gives you a high level.
Yeah, but the thing is,
so
this isn't purple. This is blue.
Oh, okay, but we're on about purples though, not blues.
Right. So the blues are still stuck at 500, which is
whatever. I mean,
to everybody.
I got a couple of blues which I'm actually going to stack and store for the moment, because they came at they're popping at 601 for me at the moment. So I've got some new armour that I've picked up, and also the armour which you get, which is at level, which is at level 10, and you have to use it to up it up.
Mm-hmm.
I've got these. I'm going to be able to get it to 600 at least, because there's some nice cool armour there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the purples that will bring your level up. So doing those milestones for those high level prime engrams, that's what will up you to get you to a higher light level, whatever you call it, light levels. They up to 600 at least, get you on that road for that.
Yeah.
So that's if you join us, but I know it's tough.
I don't doubt will. It's just.
You haven't finished Forsaken, have you yet?
No, because I haven't done the stuff after the main story. To open up. I've forgotten what it's called.
But the city there,
yeah. So I haven't done all of that.
And that's good in there because you got the Blind Well, which is pretty cool, which reminds me of some old stuff we used to do on Destiny 1 when we was on the on that ship. Yeah. And then you popped a coin and you went through that scenario with all the characters to a big boss.
Yeah.
Same idea. And it works really well. And you can just say, I just walk into that Blind Well area of the tower. And there's loads of people doing it. You just join on with them and crack on. And they stop for a minute. I hit a level 3 tier coin in there to start off. They all joined in. It was just, we weren't even talking on any chat. It just everyone knew what to do to get the to get the high level rewards.
Yeah.
So yeah, all good. That's it really for me, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No other games.
No, I haven't played a sausage.
Fair enough. Okay, so for me, I've been playing both PC and Xbox side, and also I've been playing PS4. So I've been completely cross-platform. So I've had a go with the Game Pass Plays Anywhere aspect for Forza Horizon 4.
Right.
And had a go on my PC with the ultra widescreen. And, it actually does enhance the experience, to be quite honest with you. It definitely looks really cool on a PC anyway. So it's PC, isn't it? But, no, it's just amazing how that extra little bit of viewing around you improves the experience for gameplay. It's a little bit more like the way that we see, because we tend to see wide but not high.
Yeah.
And it's more in line with our normal sight. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
So yeah, really quite enjoyed doing that. Plus the fact of being also, building up in terms of the game campaign as well. So I've been progressing that a little bit. I've just got into the second spring on it, because you start about spring, don't you? Or something or other like that. Well, I've gone a whole year, done all of the stunt runs, all of that sort of thing. When you're doing the filming of the movie. Have you done that storyline?
I'm not sure,
because they give you a house if you do that.
Oh, I've got about 2 houses now.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah.
Had a couple of bad finds as well. 3, I think.
Yeah, I've done a few of those. Yeah, it's good fun still. It's a great game. It's because the seasons change. You've got to forget to go back, because if you're in summertime, then you got a winter season there where all the water's frozen over. Yeah, just completely changes the game.
Well, it does, because it means that you can do a shortcut, which you can't do in the summer because it's a big lake and you just go at the bottom of it.
Mm.
So yeah, I quite like that. I quite like the fact that the ice is cracking as you're going along as well. So yeah, that's all really quite good. So anyway, if anybody wants to see what the wider aspect's like, I've done a Twitch stream of that. So check out my Twitch account for that, because that'll be in the videos that are on there.
Mm.
My next game is purely Xbox One X. So I've been continuing my obsession recently, which has been Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I'm really glad I've now basically done just about everything in that game, certainly from the original content, with the exception of one achievement, and that is the Island Hopper achievement, and I can't get it. I don't know whether or not the achievement's glitched, but I have no more missions to do with the islands that you have to do to get this achievement on.
Yeah.
So I can't progress it. There are new achievements that have come in because of the season pass stuff, but I can't get this last achievement. Otherwise, I'd have won the game.
Have you tried to speak to Ubisoft about it and have a chat with them?
No, I haven't, to be quite honest. I haven't. It's not bothered me that much. I know that I'm a bit of a game achievement whore, but that to me would be sort of like the ultimate level of sadness to do that.
Well, no, but you say I've got a query why I think something hasn't popped.
Yeah.
Just to see what they say, really.
Yeah, and I haven't loaded it for a few days, and sometimes when they don't pop, and then you go back into the game a few days later, suddenly it's there. So it might be that's the case with this one. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the time in it as a game. It's been a great game. It's taken everything that was good out of Origins and made it better.
Okay.
And, really good story and whatever. And you've got that game as well, haven't you?
I do, yes.
God, right, you've got so many games you need to catch up on.
I know.
Stop playing Destiny.
I know. I need to get on my PSVR as well, actually. I need to get back on that.
Yeah, well, mine's gathering dust, but I'm hoping if I get Beat Saber, then that will mean it'll be starting to get used for what it's supposed to be for as well. Next game is Strange Brigade. So if you're not acquainted with this one, I did talk about it a few months ago when it first came out because I played it on a PS4. Well, it's now come out on Game Pass, as we've already said, and basically what it is, it's a third-person sort of action puzzle shooter sort of thing. Not like Tomb Raider, but also it's sort of like small areas with puzzles and combat, and then you move on to the next area of puzzles and combat, if you see what I mean. And basically it's set in the 1920s, 1930s. You're a member of Strange Brigade, which goes around sort of killing mummies and stuff like that, anywhere where there's something strange going on. It's all done sort of old film newsreel style, You know, in between bits, you know, the FMV, for want of a better term, sequences, the video sequences, they're all exactly that. You know, it's sort of like, you know, here comes the Strange Brigade, and then it shows you the Zeppelin that you're on, and then it goes through a bit of a conversation, and then it's, you know, sort of like, what will become of its next installment, and all this, that, and the other.
I'm sure I quite like it, actually. I remember seeing the trailer back in the E3 days.
Yeah. I think you'll like it, to be honest, because it appeals to my, you know, sort of, it's got its own sense of charm about it.
Mm.
And I think that you will enjoy the humour in it. And whenever a new type of enemy comes up, it does like a close-up sort of Flash Gordon in newsreel sort of way of doing it with the name of the type of creature it is. And, you know, it's like, look out, Strange Brigade, and then it'll come on all like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
Some of the characters are quite comical in terms of the way that they run and whatever. The shooting controls, I think, are deliberately difficult on the game because if you just hold down, you know, the shooting button and you're shooting a machine gun, that's going to spray all over the place.
Okay.
So, you know, it's, you know, short sort of shots, and the creatures move quite fast.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Deceptively fast, actually.
Okay.
Because you're thinking, oh, you know, I'll easily hit them because and then just all of a sudden, as soon as they see that you're pointing a gun at them, they start moving about and being a bit more active. So it's quite easy to miss them. But if you hit them right, you know, do headshots and whatever, you can get a couple of them in one shot, as it were.
Yeah.
It's quite nice sometimes when you bottleneck them coming through a certain area. And there are traps in each area as well. So, you know, some will have like swinging knives, a bit sort of like, because you're going through all these old ancient areas, it's a bit sort of Indiana Jonesy sort of traps.
Mm. Yeah, I'm sure.
So there's like spinning blades and all of that sort of stuff, and that will kill the bad guys as well. And then you've got grenades and, you know, 4 type of weapons. You've got runes that you can add to the weapons that increase the powers.
Yeah.
So there's lots in it, you know, sort of like slight RPG element, a bit light on that, but it's still there.
Cool.
Yeah, well worth having a go, to be honest. Sorry, I was just coughing there. Anyway, so there's that. And the other game I've been playing as well, I've gone back to Planet Alpha, and I've been doing a bit of live streaming of that. So that's sort of like an inside limbo-ish kind of game, but it's set on an alien world. It's very colourful, very nice looking graphics. And I really quite enjoyed playing that. I think I played it when I met up with Nikki when we went to one of the computer shows. So, but yeah, really, really good game. Well worth a look at as well on PlayStation, Xbox or PC. It's across all those platforms. And I think it's out now on the Switch as well. And I believe that Alan said that he's got it on there, and he said it looks really, really good on that. And he can imagine that would be an ideal sort of thing for playing that game on as well. So, yeah. So that's my gaming over the last sort of couple of weeks as well. So you got anything else on gaming or?
No, don't think so. I think that's it really.
Okay. Well, in that case then, we'll move on to movies, TV and streaming.
In quest of a better life.
Okay, so movies, TV and streaming, and we've got a few bits of news for you as well. So, first off, about 8K TV. Not only have we not got an established 4K, but evidently the first 8K satellite TV broadcasts launched in Japan on the 1st of December, and the first movie listed in NHK's guide is 2001 A Space Odyssey. The film had been rescanned from the original 70mm slides specifically for the broadcast.
I can't imagine what it's going to look like, to be honest. I think my eyes won't be able to tell the difference between 8 and 4K.
I think you'll tell the difference, but you won't. You'll know it's better, but you won't really be able to pinpoint how. And I suppose it depends as well.
If that was like in an IMAX screening or something, it was so massive.
No, this is normal TV.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is, you might be able to, up go closer, but when you got your TV in your house, crazy, really.
I can quite imagine that the 65-inch TVs, those ones. I can imagine those going 8K. I can imagine maybe up to the 59-inch screens that you can get being 8K, but when it gets any lower than that, because you're sitting so far away from it on your sofa, it's diminishing returns after that.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't think 4K is fully gone with the public yet. I know it's a few people I know that haven't got a 4K TV.
Oh, there's lots of people. I would say probably the vast majority of people in this country do not have 4K.
No.
And we don't even have a proper 4K, service that's available for people, other than, I know Sky does, but, that's a paid for service. I mean, there's no free service, is there, for 4K?
No, because even Netflix isn't free. You've got to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Freeview, they're stuck at HD resolution. So, interesting. But, technology moves on. I can't really see TV manufacturers ever going to be able to sell us 16K.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll try, but I don't think that they can, because we won't see the difference. Some people will buy it just because it's bigger and better and faster and more. But I can't really see Joe Public saying, no, we need 16K. So what are they going to do with TVs to sell them then? Because that's really what's pushed this on, isn't it? What's pushed it on is the accessibility in terms of the technology to produce higher resolutions, the desire by the manufacturers to produce more TVs, because people were keeping on to the TVs for years because they didn't do really much different. So what are TV manufacturers going to do? Because I think they've saturated their own market in this sort of term.
How many times are you going to buy a movie when it changes from VHS to DVD, maybe to widescreen, to Blu-ray, to 4K, to 8K, to 16K?
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
It is. Anyway, moving on. Bit of bad news. No more Daredevil.
Depends on your point of view, really.
Yeah, it does. It does. But closely following Iron Fist's cancellation, which brought the speculation that Disney was pulling back its licenses to the company's own streaming service, Netflix countered this by saying that the shows won't be going away until they themselves decide to retire them. 2 days later, after Luke Cage was cancelled, so was Daredevil, which will not be renewed for a 4th season. So the only Marvel thing left on Netflix now will be Jessica Jones, which is as of yet not cancelled. So if you're into Daredevil, sorry, but I'm afraid that you're going to be in for a disappointment. However, given the fact that Disney is creating their own service, it might be that Disney pick up the production of that show rather than Netflix.
Yeah, true.
So we don't know. But anyway, bit of news there. And the last bit of news, do you want to do this or shall I do it?
Well, you do it, but I think we should bring in the announcement trailer for Avengers.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. So first bit then is about more Captain America. So co-director Joe Russo, who has suggested that Steve Rogers may be back in some capacity in the future movies. So he was speaking to USA Today, saying the goodbye from Chris Evans was more emotional for him than it was for us, mostly because he's not done yet. He then went on to say that he wouldn't go any further, but all will be revealed in the future. So,
or the past?
Or the past, yes, because we have time travel with the Green Time Stone, don't we?
Exactly.
But anyway, I just thought that was an interesting little bit that maybe Chris Evans thinks he's done, but he isn't. Anyway,
so
you want to talk about the trailer, which looks awesome.
Well, I mean, very little given to you in this trailer.
Yeah.
But your head's probably thinking overtime what it's all about.
Yep.
And I thought it's very classy how they did it. Just, showing you Iron Man or Tony Stark, should we say, they're stranded in space, leaving a message for Pepper Potts.
Yeah.
And just giving you, I mean, it was great to see a missing Marvel character from the last movie.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's interesting. We'll see. I mean, I did, as much as I might moan about comic movies all the time being overly saturated, but we will be looking forward to this, so you won't believe.
Do you know what the time frame is for Marvel movies next year?
Oh, God, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. March, Captain Marvel. April, Endgame, which is the Avengers one.
Yeah.
And then after that, in June, is Spider-Man Far From Home. That is a heck of a quick turnaround. Surely they should have learnt the lessons about Solo and,
Star Wars in general.
Yeah. You would have thought, we've had quite a long period now with no Marvel movie, and there's no Marvel movie at Christmas, other than this Spider-Man multiverse thing, which, to be honest, that's a cartoon.
Yeah.
We've had no live action.
No.
So, it's, it is a bit, I'm looking forward to that time because it means that me and my mate John, we've got plenty to go and see. But that's not quite the point, though, is it?
No, not at all.
But anyway, so you put a note in about Tom Cruise news?
I did, yes. But we might want to leave that until we talk about Mission Impossible.
Yes, well, that's one of the films that I've seen this week.
I've seen it. I watched it digitally this week, but I didn't have what you may have had before you watched it, or did you?
I just watched the movie. Okay,
well, I'll leave that Tom Cruise bit, and we'll talk about that when we talk about the film. Okay. So I haven't got much more to feel about. The last thing I want to talk about is I'm going to give you a list of movies. Okay, I want you to give me the link.
Okay.
And I'll just give you a selection of these films. So there's a confusion. Now, one of the films is called Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
Okay. Saturn 3.
Yeah.
The Fury. Spartacus.
Yeah. I know exactly what the link is.
Go on then.
And I can't remember his name.
So, we're talking about Kirk Douglas.
Yeah, Kirk Douglas.
And why am I mentioning his name today?
Because he's 100.
And 2.
2.
Can you believe that?
And it's still going.
I mean, his first film was in 1946.
It's amazing, isn't it?
And he's still going strong. I mean, the guy was born in December 9th, 1916. That is incredible.
Yeah. Well before the Second World War.
Yeah. He's seen it all, hasn't he?
He has, definitely.
And I haven't seen. I saw a little bit of video from about a year ago, and he looked like a spring chicken.
Yeah.
He still exercises, so I don't know. But I thought it's worth just a mention for him because he's seen it all. I mean, Spartacus. A lot of us should know Spartacus.
Yeah.
Saturn 3 with Fire Fawcett Majors.
Oh yes.
As amongst other things, and I think Gunfight at the OK Corral comes to mind as well.
Yeah, but my favourite one of him was his Cactus Jack Slayer.
That's why I put that one in there, because that was an Arnie film that you liked.
I love that film.
So, anyway, do you want to what we got next?
Okay, so cinema releases. So, yesterday, as a matter of fact, we had Mortal Engines, which has been advertised ad infinitum on TV, I've noticed. Which is just about a load of cities on wheels that go and fight each other, evidently.
Is this the one after sort of the apocalypse?
Yeah, that's the one.
It looks all right, actually, I thought. It might not be too bad.
I just think it's going to be as cheesy as hell.
Well, I'm just having a look now. I'm just going to bring up on the Internet Movie Database. So, yeah, okay. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, because I think that my son wants to go and see it, so I don't know what age rating it is, though.
Oh, I can tell you that.
Is it 12?
Well, it says 12A here, but...
yeah, 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, he'll be able to go and see it then. So the next one, and one I might be going to see this week, is Aquaman, out on the 12th.
I wouldn't mind seeing that, actually.
Actually, do you know what? When the first lot of trailers I saw about that, I thought, and I'm out. I've just seen the second lot of another lot of trailers, and I'm in.
Well, it's to do with it's our DC universe, isn't it? Come on.
It is. It'll probably be depressing.
Actually, I want to talk about some DC stuff later. Actually, remind me.
Okay, I will do. So the next film is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is the cartoon one. Actually, to be fair, it actually looks quite good.
Yeah. Okay, if you say so.
Yeah. On the 14th of December is The House That Jack Built, Lizzie, Free Solo, which is not the follow-up to Solo, and An Elephant Sitting Still. So that sounds riveting, doesn't it?
Yeah, I still really want to see Creed 2, actually. That's really what I want to go and see.
Yeah, so do I.
Because I do love the Rocky series, and after Stallone announced that he's done with Rocky now, the character.
Yes, until the next movie.
He posted that on Instagram and said, that is it now. I'm handing the mantle over to the guy that plays Creed.
I still think if he was offered enough money, he'd come back
as
a coach.
Well, I think he just finished post-production for the new Rambo movie as well.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting to see a trailer for that.
Yeah, Rambo, Last Blood slip disc.
Yeah. Don't knock it. If Kirk Douglas can be 102... we may moan about our aches and pain, but look at how old they are.
Yes, true. Okay, so did you? Yeah. You said you had something else to mention.
Oh no, this was going to be regarding TV. So, DC,
right, okay.
DC Universe.
Fair enough. So DVD and Blu-ray releases. Do you want to pick out some there, Steve?
Okay, so something I haven't seen yet: Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I have that on 4K.
Yeah, Blu-ray, 3D, Blu-ray it's on everything there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, with a collection, you can buy both together.
Yeah, but not 4K.
Not 4K, which is a bit of a poo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fear of the Walking Dead Season 4 and Fear of the Walking Dead Season 1 to 4.
Yeah. Mission
Impossible Fallout, Blu-ray, 4K, and all that gorgeousness that is in that movie.
And you can also get 1 to 6.
Yeah, and how expensive is that?
Oh, God, yeah, you need a mortgage for that. But I do have Fallout on 4K.
Yeah. I've got a digital copy at the minute, but I will be picking up a Blu-ray 4K of that, no doubt. The Big Lebowski's in 4K now.
Have you seen the sort of like special edition of that?
No.
It's got a bowling ball and a bowling bag.
Why not? There's some crazy special editions kicking around.
Yeah.
The Lion King 4K. Okay, I've seen it, been there, done it. I mean, one for the kids maybe.
Yeah.
Westworld Season 2, Blu-ray 4K, and Westworld Season 1 and 2, Blu-ray DVD. That is weird, they can't just give you both in 4K. I don't get that.
No, I don't get it either. That's just stupid.
So that was for the 3rd of December. So from the 10th, we've got Doctor Who, the collection of Season 19, limited edition packaging, and The Meg, which I would like to see.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool. Just having a little scout about there. Equalizer 2, I've not seen that yet.
And Equalizer 1 and 2 as well.
Yeah.
Together.
I can't think there's not much more there at the minute.
For those who are into Dragon Ball Z, there's Dragon Ball Z Kai Final Chapter Part 3.
Yeah. And
there's a Dragon Fist, which is a Jackie Chan movie.
So, but as you say, there's stuff that's been out and forgotten about as well, which, is like the Rambo. I don't know what they're like in 4K, but you've got all those Rambos out there, haven't you, as well now?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of ones out there.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to do the cinema charts?
Yep, so cinema charts. At number 5, we have Bohemian Rhapsody. At number 4, we have The Grinch. At number 3, we have Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. At number 2, we have The Grinch, which is a bit weird. Is it 2 different Grinches?
Possibly.
And then at number 1, we have Ralph Breaks the Internet, which my son went to see the other week and absolutely loved.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah. So do you want to do the DVD and Blu-ray charts?
So, down from 4 to 5, we got Solo, Star Wars Story. From 2 down to 4, we got Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. In at 3, we have Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. And from 7 up to 2, we got The Greatest Showman, which is now on Sky Movies by a weird coincidence.
Are you going to watch it?
I don't know.
You should. Seriously, mate, I very, very rarely recommend a musical of any description.
And in at 1, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
I have to admit, I have seen Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again this week.
You sad man.
I bought it as a present for my wife.
And what did you think of it?
I thought it was the most maudlin, depressive movie I've ever seen in my life. Seriously, it's like, have you seen Mamma Mia?
No, I'm not. I have no intention to.
Right. Well, Mamma Mia had all of the really good songs on from ABBA. Yeah, because we all love ABBA. Let's face it. ABBA was a cool group. They did loads of hits. Always gets people up on a dance floor. Really, really super positive film. The type of film that it felt like when you finished watching it that you'd ate too much chocolate and felt that sweet sickness. Yeah? Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. It could be the promotional film to get people to phone up the Samaritans because they want to commit suicide. Seriously, it was the most boring, depressive movie because Meryl Streep's character is dead and it's quite downbeat. And then there is a positive bit at the end, but a lot of it is all about, them all being morbid over the fact that, that Meryl Streep's character had died a year before. And all this, that and the other. And it was all of the sort of like B-side songs from ABBA, while they were still, they're really good songs. It was their slower paced, more, maudlin, thoughtful sort of songs. So I really, really didn't enjoy it at all. And actually my wife didn't, which quite surprised me as well. But no, she found it quite depressing as well. So there we go. Avoid. Anyway, carry on.
Okay.
What have you been watching? Tell us what you were going to say as well.
I have watched again one of the movies of the year, which is Mission Impossible Fallout, which we can have your thoughts on in a minute. TV-wise, I've been meaning to start. I've been watching The Flash. I've started to watch I've watched 2 episodes of DC Legends. Yeah. I'm okay. I'm getting on with it.
Really?
I'm just getting on with it because I do like some of the characters, and it's a bit of an oddball season. We'll see how it goes.
Well, we know you got a man crush on Constantine.
All right, there. Actually, I've got more of a crush than someone else, but there you go. So I've started Arrow as well. Now I've come across this year's crossover,
which is next week.
Yes, it is, and I really need to get up to speed for this. And what it's the Arrowverse crossover is known as Elseworlds. Yeah. And what we're going to get Arrow sort of reborn as the Flash, and Barry will be Arrow, and it's bizarre to say the least.
Yeah, sounds it.
Have you seen a trailer for it?
No, I've been trying to avoid it, to be quite honest.
To be honest, it doesn't show anything other than you're seeing one wake up in his bed next to not his missus, and it's the other one, sort of thing. Yeah. But I need to get on with Arrow. I've only watched 1 episode of that.
Well, I've been watching all of Arrow, and I've really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And how are you getting on with Flash? Are you up to date with that as well, are you?
Yeah, I'm up to date with all of them, to be honest. I'm 1 behind on Legends because I am finding it so hard to watch. I mean, really hard. I'm just not enjoying it at all.
Are you doing an alternate on each episode, or are you just caning a few through?
I'm watching them week by week.
Okay. So
I'm watching them as they're being released, to be honest.
I mean, I've got them all stacked up at the moment, so I could watch 6 episodes of Arrow, 6 episodes of The Flash. And then when it comes to the Arrow first swap over, I will then watch them in order.
Yeah.
You know, it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. I mean, because another show that I've been watching as well has been the latest season of The Walking Dead. I'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, talk about it now if you like. Anything I've been watching, I've just been sitting with the missus watching a bit of Grey's Anatomy. So I've been catching that a bit now and then.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I do actually. Really, other than that, obviously tonight is the end of I'm a Celebrity, so that's that one done and dusted with the missus.
Yeah.
So we've got quite a few bits and pieces to watch on Sky now, so that's where we're going to get those episodes. We have been watching Big Bang every weekend and Young Sheldon anyway, so those have been going through okay. Y50 hasn't started yet, and nor has Modern Family started on Sky yet, so I don't know why that is. But hopefully they will kick in shortly.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just been all TV really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I've been watching, like I said, The Walking Dead, right throughout the last 8 weeks that it's been on. There has been a departure from a major character.
Do you mean the departure? 'Cause I know what the departure is.
Yeah, but some people won't.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
But which is why I'm trying to be cryptic. But
yeah.
yes, there has been. But that character is not dead. That
I know,
character is going into a movie trilogy.
I was just about to say that. I heard about this. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, well, evidently that character's going into a movie trilogy, so I can't wait to see those. But now, I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews about this latest season because it takes on all of the events after, a few years after, what happened with, the Saviours, and all of that went on throughout that episode. Or that season. And so fuel now is next to non-existent, so they're having to use horses and stuff like that. So Alexandria, the Kingdom, and everywhere else, they're all so far apart from each other, it's difficult for them to remain in contact. And there's been, fraught tensions between all of the groups and stuff like that as well. So, and there's a whole new load of 5 characters or 6 characters come in as well, who are trying to find a home somewhere, but, like Michonne doesn't trust them, so won't have them in Alexandria and all of that. And Hilltop, Maggie's not there, and, she's gone AWOL. She's, not the character I was referring to. But, so they're trying to get them settled there. And, there's also, which is in evidently the comic books, which I've not read, but there are now these talking zombies. Really? They're called, whisperers or something that they're called. But they're not actually talking zombies. They're people dressed as the zombies in zombie herds who have learnt to control them.
Okay.
So, but obviously, that's sort of like the story arc for this part. So sorry, I've ruined it for everyone there. So apologies for that. I should have thought that one through a bit better. But there's so much that happens in this season. It's like, Rick's daughter is a lot more grown up.
Okay.
So she's not like the really little kid. She's about 8, something like that, 7 or 8. And full of attitude as well. You can tell that she's going to be like quite a central sort of character, but not in a, oh my God, it's a kid being a central character kind of way. You know what I mean? She's not like going to be like the Wesley Crusher. Not that there's anything about with Will Wheaton. He's a cool guy. He's a good geeky nerd. But let's face it, we all hated Wesley Crusher when we watched the Star Trek originally. Yeah. She doesn't feel like that kind of character. But no, I've really enjoyed it because I've said this before about The Walking Dead. Every year, or at the most every other year, it completely rewrites itself, but remains true to its heritage. And it's they've continued to do that here. They've obviously, it's going to go on for a while because there's new titles. You know, the titles on The Walking Dead has remained pretty stagnant for 8 years. And now suddenly they've got these, you know, brand new, you know, hand-drawn sort of titles rather than like photographs and, you know, short video clips. So I think that they're not in any rush to really be closing it down that fast. And they don't have to, because they can have people coming and going right the way through anyway. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, really enjoyed that. But that's now on its Christmas holidays, which is annoying. I believe that The Good Place is also on its Christmas holidays as well, because it hasn't been on for the last couple of weeks.
I'm so far behind. I haven't watched any.
Oh, mate, you've got to watch them. Seriously, you've got to watch them. It gets better and better the longer you go on that season.
Because it's a bit of a drag at the beginning, I feel.
Yeah, it is, but they're re-establishing them completely, and it ends up on a fantastic episode.
Okay.
Really, my son was absolutely lapping it up. But anyway, so another film I've been watching was Passengers.
Which has Martin Sheen in it.
Yes. Not Charlie Sheen, as I was thinking.
Yeah.
It has Martin Sheen in it, and he's the barman. But obviously this is the one with Jennifer Lawrence and...
Woohoo,
woohoo. Who is woke up by Chris Pratt's character, who himself has been woke up from hibernation while travelling between two star systems, and there's like 100 years until they get to the destination. So, it's quite a good story. It's a bit of a romance. But for me, every time I watch this now, I still think exactly the same thing.
You keep mentioning this, don't you? Every time.
I do, and I feel it more every time I watch it. They should have started it with her, because it would have made Chris Pratt's character seem more menacing, and it would have given it a bit of tension that the film lacked. It lacked something, and I think it was this. I think if they'd have done Jennifer Lawrence's character all of this up until, waking up, finding out that Chris Pratt has been awake for ages, her not realising, suddenly finding out, so at first he's like looking at her a bit strange, but acting a bit strange. And then it all settles down. She's happy. She's in love with him, blah, blah, blah. Then Martin Sheen turns around and says, "Oh, well, I'm so glad that he's finally told you that he woke you up, because he was so nervous about it." And then that completely destroys her, as it does in the film. But then you could have gone back to Chris Pratt's character, and it could have been done by him talking to Martin and, just sort of going into like a flashback sort of thing, but a long one, and showing how his character develops, and and it would have made his journey seem more tortuous, and then bring back. And I think if you do that on that film, you just think about it, it works better.
No, I'm not sure, honestly, but I'll take your word for it.
I'll tell you what I'll have to try and like rip it and then do a Haydn cut.
Haydn cut, yeah.
That'd be quite good. Another film I've been watching as well is Split.
Is that to do with eggs?
No. That'd be cracking if it was.
Would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's James McAvoy in M. Night Shyamalan's film. So it's a psychological... he's got a psychological disorder, and he kidnaps 3 girls. Mm-hmm. Basically, McAvoy's character has split personalities, 23 of them. And, he's like, got characters in him like a small boy, a much older woman, sort of like a psychopath, and all of this, that, and the other. But because he's got this split personality disorder, he portrays these characters. To be honest, it shows his range of acting has been, so good, because he can go from, like dancing about like an 8-year-old child and talking very sort of like simplistic, and childish, to having this, like character who's like a female, very very well spoken, very articulate, and that sort of thing. And just the way that he moves between these characters and his performances is so good. And it's down to everything, because it's not just his voice. It's his whole demeanour. It's the way he holds himself. It's his movements, his mannerisms. Everything changes to meet these characters, which, sometimes when you see these films where people have personality disorders, they're basically the same person, but, they just talk slightly differently. No, McAvoy actually does a complete range of everything in terms of it. So I think it's really him giving an excellent and believable performances as these characters. But one of the reasons why I watched this is because the character from Split, the person that he is in there, is in the same universe as Bruce Willis is in Unbreakable.
That's right, which is going to be lead up to the next movie, isn't it?
Yeah, but McAvoy's character is in the next movie as well.
That's right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're all in it. Yeah, it's got like the idea of all these other movies all coming together in this last one, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how they're going to do Signs in the Village, but that's another story, isn't it? But I do think that this is the director back to the best, because when you look back at what was the first one that he did where Bruce Willis was dead?
Oh,
The Sixth Sense. Yeah, The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
He was brilliant in that. Absolutely brilliant. That was a brilliant story. And it was one of those ones of when you got to the end and you went, no. And you went if you had it on DVD like I did, you went immediately back and rewatched the whole film and saw the whole thing in a completely different light. That's exactly what I did. By the time I come to Unbreakable, I was understanding his style of filming. And so me and my wife went to see Unbreakable at the cinema, and I sort of about 20 seconds before it was revealed, I said to my wife, oh, I bet it's so-and-so, and it was. But I'd realised that from probably the first meeting between Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson, to be quite honest with you. But, yeah, I do like those movies. So to see another character in that world, and I'm really looking forward to Glass now, because I want to see where that goes.
Yeah.
So, and the last film, which is one that you've seen as well.
Twice now I've seen it, yeah.
Twice. I've only seen it the once, but was Mission Impossible Fallout. So,
yes.
Latest in the series, and what I've got to say is 4K, it looks good. It looks very, very nice. Very nice. Really enjoyed it as a story. It was a bit predictable, but it's Mission Impossible.
I wouldn't say too predictable, but I think maybe that's because we had characters from Rogue Nation.
Yes, and that's one of the things I liked about it, was the fact that the characters well, actually, we had it for Mission Impossible 3 as well. There were some characters there as well, like his wife.
Oh, yeah. Did you like that beginning bit? That was clever, wasn't it? Without giving it away. People haven't seen it.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I'd love to talk a lot more about this movie, but it's not fair on people that might have not seen it. Especially because the way it pans out from start to finish.
Yeah.
What I wanted to mention was there was a tweet from Tom Cruise while on the set of Top Gun. Maverick it's called, isn't it? The new Top Gun movie.
Yes.
And the director is the same director that directed Mission Impossible, which is Christopher McQuarrie. And I still urge you to dig out Empire podcasts and listen to their commentary chat, where it's like a commentary. There are 3 episodes they did, Tom Cruise and McQuarrie talking about the making of that movie.
Yeah.
It's well worth a listen. So anyway, what happened is Tom Cruise starts to talk and says, you may have heard about the soap opera effect, that is what you get in TVs these days, which is like this, to stop the blurring and that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And
he's urging people to turn it off to watch Mission Impossible. So the way it comes out, it says, I'll read you what it says here. It says, so you may have heard of the soap opera effect, But if you buy the Blu-ray 4K or standard edition for Mission Impossible Fallout, you'll be treated to an unusual plea before the movie begins. Tom Cruise, the movie star, and Christopher McQuarrie, the movie director, encourage you to turn off motion smoothing features in your TV settings. Often referred to as a soap opera effect, this feature removes motion blur and makes the film more like video, which is not how the filmmakers intended Mission Impossible to look. So yeah, you want to go into your TV settings and rewatch it?
I don't actually recall that being at the beginning of the film. When you load the disc. Yeah. That warning. I don't think it's on the disc.
I should have to double check that. But see what your TV. I don't know what your 4K TV is.
An LG.
There you go. Same as me. So I've googled where the settings are.
Yeah.
And mine are turned on at the moment.
Right.
So what I'll do is when I pick up the disc, I will actually turn them off to see the difference, and I'll try a couple of other films anyway.
You'll have to let us know, because I had a look through beforehand to try and find the motion blur settings, and I couldn't find it.
I googled it, and it came up and told you exactly where to find in the menu. I'll try and dig it out later.
Okay.
But say coming away from that movie for me, I saw that at the cinema, and wow, it's just one of my favourite movies of the year, to be honest. It's just, it's loud, it's brash. Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He does everything great as far as I'm concerned. I do love some of the reoccurring characters.
Yes, I do.
And I did like is it the White Widow, was it? To remember which one it was now, the character.
Yeah.
She was great.
Yeah, she was. I recognise her from somewhere. I can't think where though.
I think she was in The Crown.
I didn't see that.
Didn't you ever see that? And also she was in what was it called? About Time. Did you ever see that? That was a sort of a...
Yes, I did.
Quite a good movie, actually.
Yeah, that was... About Time that was the one that had Bill Nye.
Yeah,
and it also had the guy who plays the guy in charge of the military forces on Star Wars for the Empire. Well, not the Empire, the First Order.
Yeah. He was the guy that he'd go into the cupboard and then he'd go back in time, wouldn't he?
Yes. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. Very good film, that.
Yes, definitely.
So yeah, and I also like is Isla as well, who you thought would have been a love interest for Ethan.
Yeah.
But that became awkward, shall we say?
Well, no, I think that she will be if they do another one.
Yeah, she'll be in it.
Yeah, but I think she'll be his love interest as well, because I think that they set that up by the fact that what they did with Ethan's wife being cryptic.
Yeah. What did you think of Henry Cavill though?
I liked him in it. I know that people have been knocking his performance in this, but to be honest, I thought he was absolutely fine.
Yeah, I
just don't think he sports a moustache well.
No.
he kind of like looks like he should be in the Village People.
I mean, it's funny because the way these movies work, you get to see a bit of you see like the clips of the film, like you did with the TV show.
Yeah.
I don't think it spoils it doing that, personally. But the way the film started off with Henry Cavill being introduced,
yeah,
and how that progressed to the end game in the film,
it was a bit predictable, though.
Yeah, but Mission Impossible is probably that anyway, to be honest with you. But I can watch those movies over and over again.
Oh, so can I. I enjoy them because they're just the sort of switch your brain off and enjoy the ride.
Yeah,
kind of movies.
And just knowing that stuntman Tom doing it all himself.
Yeah, interestingly, they didn't show the side jump.
Didn't they? Or was it forward? I can't remember now.
No, they showed you the jump from behind because I was watching because I thought I want to try and pause it to see that bit where his foot bends forward when he broke his leg.
Yeah.
And they didn't show that.
Oh, I have to rewatch it because I did see the side view.
Yeah, they did the stunt side view.
As a GIF. I did that the other night on Twitter, but also they showed you that when they were on Graham Norton.
Yeah.
In the promo in the movie.
Yeah, they did.
And you saw it and they zoomed in to see how it broke, and then you saw him carry on running. Bless him.
Yeah, but hobbling.
Yeah, hobble running.
Yeah, well, because they showed you that when he climbed up and then he was sort of like, hopping for a couple of steps past the camera. But that just goes to prove, what his dedication to his art.
What a star he is, that's all I'm going to say.
What a star.
Yeah.
So, anyway, anything else to add about Mission Impossible Fallout?
No, not at the moment. No.
Any other movies?
Nope. Not really.
Okay. Well, in that case then, we'll move on to our listener questions.
John, what's happening to us?
All right, so listener question time. And first off, as normal, we have Mark. And he's asking us, what is the most annoying thing about today's consoles and or games?
I'm probably going to say one word.
Go on, Ed.
Exclusive.
I don't have a problem with exclusive.
No, what I mean is, let's forget exclusives.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. What I mean is, I don't have a problem with.
Oh no,
with the concept.
It is what it is, but I'd like to, when someone has only got one console, they're missing out on a lot of games.
Yes,
it's a shame they can't get to play them.
Because not everybody is in a fortunate position where they can afford more than one console.
No,
or even if they can afford that, they are able to have more than one console.
But even if you can, sometimes you can't afford every game.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but then again, you could say they should release less games then if you were going to use that argument, shouldn't you?
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I know what you mean, because I think probably the thing that's worse than exclusives is the exclusives that are only available on one system. Like, for example...
That's what I mean. That's more what I meant.
Oh, right. Yeah. So you don't mean like God of War. What you mean is Destiny content being locked behind a PlayStation wall.
Well, it's both. It's content, and also it's like God of War being on the PlayStation but not being on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Let's all forget Love and War now. Let's all just join together. But then again, that means you only have one console, and say it's choice of what you want. Really.
Yes, and it wouldn't be a console; it would be a PC.
Moving on,
because you'd be Master Race.
Yeah, right.
But for me, I think that there's a couple of things. First off, is in terms of today's consoles, the actual devices themselves, is updates. Don't get me wrong. I quite like the fact that we've got updates, and maybe some of this is the fact that I've gone into...
I was about to say, it's your own fault for being in the alpha.
Yeah, I know, I'm in the alpha, and I had a situation where on 3 days in a row I wanted to play a game, I had to download a 0.5 gig update for the console. That's my own fault because I'm in that alpha. It wouldn't have happened to most other gamers. But linked to that, when you're talking about updates, is also the fact that you install the stuff onto the hard drive before you can play it. That, while useful, is also a pain in the backside because it's not like the last gen where you could stick the disc in and play the game.
Well, things got more complicated these days on these machines.
Yeah, they have. And also we know that the seek times and retrieval times on Blu-rays slower and all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, that to me is a little bit of a pain in the backside. I kind of agree with you in terms of exclusives. Certainly in terms of the blocked stuff that's available on one console and not the other. To me, that's just naff. But do you know what the thing I hate the most about this generation of console is, which I don't feel was as ripe as it was last time? It's fanboys.
Do you think they got worse?
Yes, definitely worse this generation. And I think it was helped by the fact that, to be honest, Microsoft completely made a cock-up of the launch of the Xbox One, and a lot of people voted with their feet and went over to PlayStation. They also had the least powerful console at that time and also didn't invest in the exclusives. So they had a lot wrong, which they've spent this whole generation trying to catch up with. But what happened there was, I think that there was a certain level of resentment for what people perceived and whatever. And then maybe, I think an awful lot of people, ratifying their decision to move console by becoming fanboys. And it's just a bit pathetic, really. You know, we're all gamers at the end of the day. You know, I mean, we can have a bit of banter, but it's when it just gets to ridiculous sort of levels, and you know, people can't see the pros and cons of, you know, the different consoles. It's just a bit daft. Anyway, moving on. Do you want to ask Mark's next question?
So, what feature on the new console could you not game without?
Feature?
Yeah.
Well,
I presume that. Well. When the next generation consoles come out in a couple of years' time, or a year and a bit, or whatever it's going to be by the time we get to next year anyway.
Yeah.
We can have some different SKUs, and I think what we're going to get is we're going to get a discless Xbox. So from that point of view, I don't think that would be for me. So
will that mean you go PlayStation?
No, they'll be doing two SKUs. There'll be probably a discless Xbox and one with a disc drive.
Right, so you'll go disc based.
Yeah, I couldn't do without. Yeah, because they'll play with 4K Blu-rays in there.
Yeah.
Before we think about anything else, that's my 4K Blu-ray player right there.
Yeah.
But I've heard the rumours that there will be another SKU like that.
They said those rumours the last time. They said that it was going to be the same. You know, I've been hearing that since before the Xbox 360 Slim. That story.
But it may well come out to be a way for them to make a cheaper version of the machine.
Mate, you're talking about a couple of quid.
Yeah.
You're not, you know, it's not, they're not going to, for what they would lose, it's not worth them doing it. I seriously think that.
Well, it might be 50 quid cheaper for all we know. I don't know.
20 or 30, I reckon. For what they would get it for, the drive, and for how much it would cost them to put in. Because a lot of these processes are automated. It's not people screwing in the screws, is it?
But yeah, you know, that's my thought. That's all.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
What about yourself? Can you come up with anything?
What I couldn't do without? No, not really. You know, because you kind of adapt to the new system, don't you? I mean, I suppose really in this day and age, you couldn't do without, like, you know, Wi-Fi or internet access on your console. I think that's an obligatory requirement for any console moving forward. But no, I mean, I wouldn't be happy if they got rid of the drive and that was the only, you know, a driveless version was the only one available. That would pee me off.
Yeah.
Because although I don't use my Xbox as a 4K Blu-ray player, I do like to buy discs. I like to go out into a shop, buy a physical disc and bring it back. I'm not bothered about having loads of digital content because if for some reason, you know, Microsoft choose to, they'll just cancel your account and then you've lost everything that you've bought. Whereas at least if you have it in disc format, you've still got it. And worst comes to the worst, you can buy a new console. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. All right.
Okay.
So Nikki has a question. What does Stephen Simpson think about Bethesda replacing the canvas bag with a cheap nylon one in Fallout 76 Collector's Edition?
Damn disgrace, shall I say, really, because under the Trade Descriptions Act, with what they showed you on the picture, is not what's in the box.
No, it definitely isn't. So it is breach of the Trade Descriptions Act.
So I emailed Bethesda.
Yeah.
And have raised a ticket because they are going to be making these bags.
Well, they're going to have to, aren't they?
No, they've now said they realised their mistake and they are now going to make them. And if you want to make sure you get your bag, you need to go into Bethesda's website and raise a ticket for it. And they will, once they're made, they will send you one out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all well and good they've done that. It's a silly mistake to make, but, you know.
Okay, so
You can say the trade descriptions act in Mission Impossible was slightly wrong because the trailer shows a helicopter going to go through a tunnel and hit a truck, and it was taken out of the movie because they made it too long. So, however you want to think it.
So, let's just talk about Fallout 76 for a second, because you were so up on this game.
I was so up on Red Dead as well. But right now, I don't want to play any other game than one. I've enjoyed what I've played of Fallout. I need to sit there I was on call, I think, that week anyway. I think I might have been. So I haven't really dived that deep into it, but I haven't touched Tomb Raider yet.
Yeah.
And I need to get back to Red Dead. And I've got Resident Evil 2 coming out February, and I've got Ace Combat, is it 7? In January?
Okay.
It's ridiculous. There's too many games to play.
But, I mean, you've seen a lot of what people have put on about Fallout.
Yeah.
Okay. What, as someone who's played it, what is your view? Is it right? Or is it as is it as they say, an absolute monumental up?
Well,
is it?
I don't know if it's me, but I haven't seen that many bugs. I haven't seen many bugs that have disrupted the game, and I've never been able to get on. I've always been able to get on a server. Now, the idea that there's no NPCs, which we knew about in the first place, that will probably change anyway in time, because they're doing updates as we speak all the time at the moment, and having server maintenances. Yeah. So it may well be that some people that were really disappointed. I mean, it's still Fallout. Don't get me wrong, and it's on that same engine as Fallout 4, isn't it? It is. It's still Fallout, and it's great to play Fallout. It'd be nice to play it with someone I know, but I don't know anyone that's got it. So that's by the by, to be honest with you. But I've been playing on my own and starting off a lot of the sort of the quests just to get you going. And the time I've had in it, I've thoroughly enjoyed. Now, it would be great to get NPCs and get some of that back in that, but I'm sure in time, even if we think about it, I know I'm looking long term now. Yeah. The same way that happened to Destiny 2, didn't we have that game go pear-shaped? People were moaning they were taking all this stuff out and it's not the same as Destiny 1. Destiny 1 was great the way it was, but why have you taken this? Why have you taken that out?
Yeah, there was all of that. But...
And then Bungie listened. Yeah. More than most, actually, more than Bethesda probably do, and they've made the effort now to sort that out.
But the issue is with Fallout 76 is it's using the same engine as Fallout 4, and they haven't fixed any of the bugs that were in Fallout 4 that the community fixed, and that's what's upsetting a lot of people.
I haven't. See, I've not come across any of this.
It's all over the internet.
No, I'm saying not that. I haven't come across playing the game of any bugs.
Right.
And when I played Fallout 4, I didn't get that. I didn't see any bugs anyway.
So you haven't had the angry review sort of situation of falling out of the world?
No,
through it. You haven't had the rays of sunlight emanating from the ground?
No.
Weird.
And that's honest. I haven't seen these. Now, people love to moan, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they do, but when they're actually showing you the video footage of it happening as well, that's a different level, isn't it?
I mean, I've seen a couple of things happening in Destiny, with a bit of tearing, for example.
Oh yeah.
But is it people just love to diss on Fallout at the minute because is it the big reason that people are more upset is because it was after the game had come out for a little while that it was reduced in price? Is that the real problem that people have got?
No, I don't think so. I think it's reduced in price because people have complained. I mean, talking about reduced in price, without looking on the internet, how much do you think you can buy Fallout 76 for on PC now?
Oh, we know, about 25 quid.
No, $16.99.
Yeah.
It's 69% off.
Yeah, why is that though? Why is that on PC though, and not on console?
Well, I can't answer you that, but PC games are...
They've always been cheaper anyway.
Well... are cheaper after a time, but this is less than a month.
It's a bit bizarre to say the least.
Yeah, but anyway.
But then if anyone's going to moan about that pricing, go and play it on PC. Yeah. Don't play it on Xbox.
But imagine if you'd have paid £55 for the PC version of it, wouldn't you be spitting blood?
Well,
now?
I think you would send an email, and you may well get an answer back about that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That price is on CD keys, by the way. But nevertheless,
but that's not on Bethesda. They're back at full price, and also on the
but Bethesda will be, won't they? I mean, what I find to be quite amusing is that people are saying, "Oh, it's broken, it's not working." My first argument would be, it's a Bethesda game. This is what you always say is charming about Bethesda games, that they don't work when they first release.
It's like, do you know what? It's like when we had that Assassin's Creed game where the eyeballs were popping out and everyone was kicking off about it.
Yeah.
It didn't happen to me.
They fix it. Some of it happened to me, but not a lot.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I've been lucky, to be honest, but, people, they're always willing to complain, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they are. They are. So, I think we're coming to, it's a hard done to game that's actually better than what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah. If you're going to moan at the price, go and play it on PC.
Yeah. Go spend £1,000 on a PC that's able to play it.
Yeah.
To play a 1699 game.
I don't actually know what the full spec is, but, But hey,
yeah, but to play it at a decent sort of rate, you'd probably be looking at something like that. I mean, to be honest, in order for the minimum specs for it, you require a 64-bit operating system, Windows 7, 8 or 10, 64-bit OS required, an Intel Core i5 3.5 gigahertz, an NVIDIA 780 3 gig, or a Radeon R9 8 gig of memory and 60 gigs of storage space. And it's recommended that you have an NVIDIA GTX 970 and a 3.6 gigahertz i7.
Yeah.
So that's quite a spec.
Imagine. I'd like to know what it runs like on Ultra.
Well,
it does.
I presume that will be to run it on Ultra. So anyway, let's move on because we're dawdling around it, aren't we? So, do you want to do Alan's?
So, do you have a tradition of playing a certain game or a type of game over the Christmas period? Alan says, I always seem to play Tomb Raider on Christmas Day.
Me, no, I just play whatever I fancy on the day.
To be honest, I don't play that many games on Christmas Day, personally, as myself, if you're with me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we will do some a multiplayer game with the family where we'll have the sort of the quizzes type.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be Beat Saber for me this year.
Well, I might try and dig it out and say, do you want to try this and put the headset on, see what people think. But standard normally will be, we do play those quiz games.
Yeah.
And that always goes down very well.
Yeah, they're great fun of those, aren't they?
And then when everyone goes to bed, I put the Xbox on and play Destiny.
Oh, God, Destiny.
Go on, next one. Do you have any more to say on that question?
No more to say on that. Okay. So, Craig Cole has asked, rank these movies in order of greatness. Demolition Man, Tremors, and Total Recall.
Is that your order?
No. That's his order.
Okay, so in third place, Tremors. Second place, Demolition Man, and first place is Total Recall, the Arnold Schwarzenegger version.
Yeah, we must have emphasised the Arnold Schwarzenegger version.
Exactly, yeah.
Because otherwise we would have had the Yorkshire Vet above it, to be quite honest, as a better sci-fi movie. Yeah. Mine would be exactly the same. So Tremors in third place, Demolition Man, and then Total Recall. Although I do like in Demolition Man the references to the shells.
The seashells.
Yeah, the seashells at She-Sells on the seashore.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say that I totally adore her in that movie. She's gorgeous.
As she is in a lot of other movies.
Oh, God, yeah. But there you go.
So, Mark, are you going to read it out?
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. What toys have you asked Santa to get you for this Christmas?
Toys?
I haven't got any toys this year.
No, me neither. No, I've
not asked for anything. This year what we did with the family and everyone else, we set a limit on the price.
Yeah.
And no one, other than my missus, no one else has really asked me. So I'm sure I'll get something that's Marmite related. I normally do.
Marmite.
Yeah, well, see, I may well get another labelled one this year. You never know, because when I showed you with my gamer tag on it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, to be honest, the idea of Christmas is not knowing what you're going to get.
No, that's true.
And I think our family have some good little ideas for weird and different gifts. Not expecting this Blu-ray, that game. Do you know what I mean? Or even vinyl. I mean, I've got a few vinyl coming this month. I'll pay for myself. So
yeah.
But I have got something coming from the missus that I've asked for, which I can't wait to see that. So we'll see.
Fair enough.
Yourself anymore? Do you think about that? Really? Are you with me on that or?
No, I mean, to be honest, I tend to get cash given to me because everybody always thinks I'm so awkward to buy for. Because I don't know about you, but I really hate presents like socks. Do you know what I mean? When you get relatives who buy you like socks or shirts or that sort of
Well, I won't
stuff,
have any relatives like that doing it this year. The only bit, I think, to be honest, if someone does, I'll give them a stern look.
Yeah. To me, they're not gifts.
No.
They're something that you need day to day.
Yeah, because we were talking about this to the missus, and she would talk to one of her daughters and said, I'm like, but what this list you give me is all stuff that you could just, get yourself. Have you got a hobby or, do you know what I mean? Or something that you might like.
Yeah. From
that point of view. So that's how we look at it.
Yeah. But this is the thing, isn't it? It's a difference between gifts and presents as well. Because to me, a gift is something that someone gives you that they want to give you. And a present is something that someone gives you because they know you would want it.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The difference. It's like the difference between those, I don't know, like cup and teapot sets that, people give away for Christmas and stuff like that. Because nobody ever uses them, do they?
No.
But there's loads of gifts like that, but a present is something that you would really want. So I do know that I've got the Batman trilogy coming and the Matrix trilogy on 4K Blu-ray. So no, I've got those and they're presents because that's something I would buy for myself, but somebody has decided to buy it for me to save me having to buy it for myself, which is exactly to me, that's the best sort of present.
Yeah.
So,
okay,
anyway.
Well, last question from Paul.
Second from last question.
No, Nicky's question doesn't count. I'm going to go there with that one. He's trying to wind me up and it ain't going to work.
Well, okay. So, back in the days when the option was realistically due to funds, one camp or the other camp, which era of gaming do you most regret not jumping onto the other bandwagon?
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, it's not a regret because it's due to funds. But I'd like to have jumped onto the PlayStation 4 a bit earlier.
Yeah.
Not that I haven't played it much, just late, but I have played quite a few games that I didn't get to play,
Do you think if you'd have got this right at the beginning, you'd have been more blue?
No. I'm not really one or the other in that sort of... I don't like to class myself as, say, green or blue, really. I just play the games I want.
But you have a definite preference.
Well, because I like to play the most powerful machine. That sounds very fanboyish, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is totally fanboyish, and the whole point of what I was saying before. But you're right.
But I'm playing Destiny on that. But then again, I'm playing Red Dead on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
When I turn it on. So yeah, it's not that I do regret not getting to play the PlayStation earlier. But then again, games don't go away.
No, they don't.
And I've caught up and played a few of those games that were out then anyway.
And if a game is a good game, it's a good game in 4 years' time as it is now.
Absolutely.
Some games might be good when they come out, but they don't age well, and those are the games that you're not really bothered about anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So come on. Well, for me, I would say the time for me would probably be the Atari ST Amiga time, because I was Amiga.
I had the ST.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to see what the inferior machine was like.
But I did enjoy it, though. I mean, forgetting the other side of it, I didn't even think about the other side. To be honest, I enjoyed playing what I played on.
Yeah.
The same as when I probably played a Master System or whatever.
Yeah, you see, the console sort of era, before the PlayStation, didn't interest me in the slightest. The first console that I owned that, well, wasn't Amiga based, because I had the CD32. The first console that I properly got that was, I got a Mega Drive. I sold that pretty quickly, but I was a PlayStation 1, or, well, PlayStation then, and then it became PlayStation 1, didn't it? But yeah, that was the first sort of time when I, was into consoles. Before that, it was always more PC-y sort of
yeah, well,
things.
see, I had the Atari, the Amiga or Atari. Is it Amiga ST?
No, it was the Atari ST, and it was the Amiga.
Yeah,
the Amiga was the most powerful one.
Yeah, so I had the Atari ST and played Cannon Fodder and all sorts of games on that.
Worms.
Yeah, and then I remember having a Sega Master System at one point and a Mega Drive, and played those and went from there onwards. So
yeah,
I don't think you really miss out on any games, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I actually used for a while an Acorn Archimedes.
Yeah, I remember you said about that before, yeah.
Yeah, which was based on a RISC processor, and they had games like Zarch, which had ended up being Virus on the Amiga, and I think on the ST as well. But they also had you had to be the definitive version of the original Elite. It had been took on to such a point on that system. And if you had an Archimedes 2000 or whatever it was, where you had like the fastest one, or was it the RISC PC, it flew, and it was fantastic experience. You had good frame rates and all of that sort of stuff as well with it. It was really quite a good machine, not a PC. But I also, in some ways, I regret not having a Spectrum, because all of my friends had Spectrums. I knew very few people with a Commodore 64. But, I always wanted one. Every year, my mum and dad would say, "What do you want for Christmas?"
You see, I was 10 years older than you, so I was at work anyway, so there wasn't a lot of people there that were gaming, if you were with me.
Yeah.
So it was just me again being me, sort of thing. So it didn't make any odds, to be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, once I started earning the money, it was an irrelevance, because I just had what I wanted. Yeah,
and then at that age, I did a lot of going out, as much as playing games and watching movies, going to the cinema, had holidays and doing all sorts, really.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
More than they did now, probably, but...
Yeah, well, I used to go to this, Friday night used to be film night, and it was me and my mate, and we would go to Showcase Cinema at Middlesbrough.
But you'd go once a week, wouldn't you, at least, maybe?
Yeah, but we would go at midnight, because then we would get a personal showing, because nobody else would go. So, like the Lord of the Rings trilogy, we were in the cinema until like 3:00 in the morning, and we'd just sit there and watch the film. No one else there. It used to be great.
I've had a few midnight showings where you had a few drunkard people in there that spoilt it a little bit.
And I never had that, to be honest. Occasionally you would have other people in there, but we'd already picked the better seats anyway, so because we used to.
No, but I remember some of the bad films I've seen. I remember when I went to see Jaws of Revenge, and it was a bit of a joke that night. But sort of people that were drunk in there. But yeah, what it is.
Yeah, well, let's face it, Jaws of Revenge is only the type of film that you would actually go and watch if you were drunk.
No, yeah, you were. Yeah, you're right. Mind you, then I did some great late night showings. I went to see the Terminator on a late night showing when it came out. Those sort of films are brilliant.
Yeah. To be honest, that sort of time frame for watching a movie, you only get the dedicated fans going in, and because of where because let's say Showcase Cinema at Middlesbrough, it wasn't actually Middlesbrough. Technically, it was at Stockton-on-Tees, but it's at this retail park called Teesside Park. And because of where it is, it's out of town for Middlesbrough, and it's out of town for Stockton. So, it's on the A66 is the road. And because of that, you don't get the drunken people going, because they'd have to drive to it.
Yeah, no, I see your point. Yeah, of course.
So, it used to be quite a nice, safe sort of place to go. There was a couple of bars around the place, but they serve food as well. So it's not, you would occasionally get someone drunk, but very, very rarely. And that used to be great. I used to enjoy doing that. So anyway, I think that's it for another week.
Yeah.
So just as a reminder, again, don't forget, we are doing our votes for the end of the year stuff. The only rules about this is it must have been released or a new release in 2018. So from the 1st of January up until the end of the year. So, for example, if you wanted to vote for The Walking Dead as being your best TV series, you'd be voting for The Walking Dead Season 9. Yeah? That's fair enough. You can't turn around and say Walking Dead Season 1. And likewise, if it's a video game, it has to have had a release this year. Because it's this year's votes.
Does that include back compat?
Yeah, it does because it's a re-release.
That's fine. Just putting it out there.
So if you wanted to vote for Final Fantasy Lightning Returns because it's been re-released on backward compat.
Oh, I need to start that. Yeah.
Yeah. Steve, you've got half of the games of this year you need to start.
I know.
And then the other half you need to complete because you've only done one game this year. So that's the only thing. It has to have been released or a new season or whatever, and it has to have either been streamed at the cinema or whatever as well. So don't do stupid answers saying like, oh, my favourite movie is Jaws because it's not been on re-release at the cinema this year across the country. Yeah? Might have been on one or two cinemas, but whatever. It's general release right across the country. So that's the only rules. And you just type in what it is that you want to be on as well. And it's one vote per listener for all the categories. If you don't want to vote because you don't have a 3DS or you don't have a Switch or you don't have an Xbox, leave those ones blank. You don't have to vote on everything.
Yeah, because I won't be.
Yeah, you won't be voting for a Switch game because it'd be pointless. It'd be a wasted vote for you because you don't play the Switch.
Yeah, I could vote for Labo, couldn't I?
The nearest. I mean, to be honest, nowadays because of your Alexa, you don't even go near a light switch, do you?
Did you say anything? Because mine's not listening, so it's all right.
No, mine's not either. So apologies if I've set anybody else's one off, but mine ones didn't listen to that either, so that's a good thing. Anyway, let's go on to the closing. So, Steve, what are your contacts?
Yeah. So at Twitter at Steve007, PSN ID The Real Steve007, Xbox Steve007, email Steve007 at popculturegamers.uk.
.co.uk, not .uk.
Yes.
It won't get to you if you just put .uk.
Yeah.
So for me, you can search for me on basically anything with HERJ UK. So that will be on YouTube. It will also be on PSN, Xbox Live, Steam, also on Battle.net and all of those other sort of ones as well. Origin, all of that. If you want to get in contact with the podcast, then it would be podcast@popculturegamers.co.uk. So if you've got a Christmas message you either want reading out, please keep it clean. Or if you have any recordings, again, please keep them clean, that you want us to include in the final Christmas show of the year, then please let us know. I will include those in there as well. And also don't forget we're on Twitter as a show at popculturegamer, because the character count doesn't allow you to have that S on, and as our website at popculturegamers.podbean.com, and also don't forget our Facebook group as well. Whew, that felt like an awful lot there. And other than that, have you got anything else, Steve?
No, not really. I think we're done and dusted, I think.
All right. Well, in that case then, it's a good night from me.
And a good night from him.
Good night.
Good night.
You are about to witness history in the making.